Hi there, and welcome to our Wednesday chat. I'm back in the afternoon today because I had both boys at home this morning because Aiden's preschool got canceled. Which, side note, in the last 2 weeks, he has had preschool one day, last Wednesday, mostly due to weather, but one day in 2 weeks. So we're all going a little bit stir crazy around here, and especially him because he loves preschool so much and it's so good for him. So anyway, say some prayers for us, especially me. And anyway, so I had both boys this morning, and I just thought it was going to be too crazy to try to keep them both quiet and out of the camera in the morning. So I'm back in the afternoon while Andrew sleeps, and Aiden has promised me that he's going to play quietly, so we'll see how that goes. I might have to be quick. This week on the blog, I wrote a post about a recent makeover that I did to our bedroom, and I'm really happy with the results. For the first time, I think ever in my whole life, my bedroom is my own personal haven. It's my sanctuary. It's my place to go and rest and not have clutter and for peace and quiet, and I love it so much. And it was a huge change in my thinking because prior to this, my bedroom had kind of been like a last thought, you know, like I cleaned every other room in the house, but nobody ever goes in there except us, so why bother trying to clean our room? You know, it was the last room to get cleaned. It was kind of a dumping ground for all our stuff. Things that didn't have homes somewhere else got dumped in our room. And so it wasn't a very restful place. But then a couple months ago, I decided to change it around. And today, in case you prefer watching rather than reading, I have this all in the blog post, but some people prefer to watch. So I thought I would tell you about my 5 reasons why I completely changed how I thought about our bedroom and why I transformed it into my own little haven of rest. So the first reason was because I needed a place in our house to relax. We have our house is just 1 story, and it's a very open floor plan. So pretty much if you're in a room of the house, you're going to hear everybody else in the house. So if the kids were in the living room, I couldn't even go in the other living room. I mean, it was just always loud and chaotic. And so our room is a little bit removed from the other rooms, so it was going to be a good place to go and rest and just be away from the noise for a few minutes. I'm not talking like I escape in there for hours at a time or anything, but sometimes in the evenings after we have dinner and I've cleaned up and Levon is wrestling with them in the living room, you know, having daddy time, I will just go in my room and close the door, sit in my comfy chair that's all set up for rest now, and just read or journal or just think and be in quiet. And I had found that I was so needing that space with peace and quiet because I don't get that very much. My second reason was because I needed an escape from the toys. Oh my gosh, there's so many toys. And I just really easily get overwhelmed by the clutter of toys. And some people are fine with that, and they say, you know, this is the season of littles and you just have to embrace it. You'll miss it when they're gone and blah, 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 all that stuff. Yeah, well, maybe that's true, but I would really like to enjoy my life while they're little too. And so I need joy, and one of the ways that I can protect that is to keep the clutter under control. And their toys had spread into every single room in the house. They were in the living room, in the family room, in both the boys' rooms, in our bedroom, in our bathroom, in my closet, in the kitchen. Like, toys were just everywhere, and I was getting really tired of picking up every single room in the house, and I was tired of being surrounded by toys in every room in the house. So I decided to make the rule that toys are not allowed in mommy and daddy's bedroom or bathroom anymore. And they've been pretty good about that. It's been taking some training and some consistency, but I've been pretty firm about that rule that toys have to stay out of our room. They can be in the living room and the family room and their room that they now share, but not in mommy and daddy's room. My third reason for making over a room was to improve my quiet time. I had, for quite a while, I had been doing my quiet time with Aiden next to me, which was fine. I've written a post about how I protect my quiet time, and in it I talked about how something is better than nothing, and with him right next to me, it was showing him an example of reading my Bible, which is all still true, but I was finding that I'd read a passage of scripture and get done and think, I don't even know what I just read, because he was talking to me, or maybe the TV was on, or something else was going on, and I wasn't able to focus on reading the Word. I wasn't able to focus on praying or journaling, and so I now do my quiet time in my room where it's nice and quiet. Yes, the boys still will come in and they'll ask for more breakfast, or they'll ask for water or milk or whatever, and that's fine. There are still interruptions, but it's a much better place for me to do my quiet time now. The fourth reason was to get better sleep and rest, and I talked about how I'm in my third trimester right now, so I'm waking up a lot in the night. Here pretty soon we're going to have a new little one that's keeping me up at night. So I'm not saying I'm now getting 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. I don't know that any mom gets that, but I really wanted the sleep that I do get to be better quality sleep. And after doing some reading about sleep and just from personal experience, I realized that having a really clutter-filled, messy room that didn't always smell the best, honestly, it wasn't giving me rest. I didn't feel rested. I needed a place where I could go in and just feel like you know what I'm talking about. I don't know how to describe it in words, but you know the feeling that I'm talking about right now, a feeling where you can just breathe, and I go to sleep at night just feeling so much more relaxed, and so that leads to better sleep then through the night, even if it is interrupted because I have to go potty a lot. Then number 5, a big reason that I decided to make over a room was to invest in my marriage. And I have really been finding out that making your marriage, your relationship with your spouse, a priority after kids, especially little kids, is so hard. It's really hard because you've got all these little people that have all these needs, and they're very demanding, and they want all this attention, which, I mean, that's just the nature of little kids. That's not a complaint. It's just how little kids are. So it's really hard to make sure that you are still making your relationship with your spouse a priority, but it is not something that you can just put on the back burner and say, there's plenty of time for that later. We'll get to that later. I've heard again and again and again from people who have been married for a long time that it doesn't work that way. If you shelve it, you're gonna come back and realize that it's either A, not there anymore, or you don't know how to get it back. And so Levon and I have been really intentional about trying to work on that even as we take care of our kids. So one of the ways that I thought that I could show Levon that I am making our marriage a priority is to make our bedroom a place of rest and beauty, and just a really special place that the two of us share. It's our room. The kids aren't really allowed in there. They come in the morning sometimes when they can get up, and sometimes on Saturday mornings, we let them come in and cuddle. And so I'm not saying they're never allowed to set foot in our room, but we're pretty protective of our room. That is our room, and for the most part, the kids aren't allowed in there. And so I wanted to turn it in. I I wanted to take better care of our bedroom. Maybe it sounds silly, but to me it was kind of a tangible way of showing Levon that I care about our marriage, because you know, our bedroom is a place where we spend good quality time building intimacy and being together. And so I just really wanted that to be a place that I was taking care of. So I started cleaning it better. Like I said, I cleared out the clutter. I kind of reorganized and redecorated just so that it would be a place when we went in there that we felt restful, that we felt recharged, that it was a place that we actually wanted to go and be in and spend time in. So those are the 5 reasons that I decided to make over our room. And if you're interested in how I did that, I had several ways that I went about making over our bedroom. So that's all in the blog post. So you can head over there and read more about that and see how I did that. And if you have any thoughts about your own bedroom, or advice that you want to share, thoughts about the state of your bedroom or how it's affected you, or maybe changes that you have also had to make in your house and in your bedroom, then you can share all those in the comments below. And thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week.